Many of you have asked me how to navigate your gas with a grass looking green, because most of the times it seems like we are losing to ourselves because we cannot control this much gas. And this is what this video about. We are going through that grass looking greener, and I will show you what mindset you should follow and how do you want to think when resolving grass looking green. It's very dependable on the mills, on your hand. So let's see. Gonna start with the grass looking green, and let's reveal the mills here. Okay, so we have a bunch of triggers here, which is just basically a Saronir plus a Shiren. Okay, but now you want to think. First step, you have to analyze your mills. Okay, don't rush. You have in your graveyard a Branded Retribution. You have a trigger fusion summon with the Shiren. You have a Sharded Dragon in your graveyard, and also you have a Saronir to send a Branded Sword if you want to, or a Branded Spell Trap to recover with the Branded Retribution. Okay, so our first step here, we could actually trigger the Shiren to fusion summon with the Blazing Cartesia to make a Grand Wignall without it using the Cartesia effect. So Cartesia effect is going to be live later during this turn to perform another fusion summon if we want to. Okay, so first you want to spotlight what play you want to make. Okay, do you want to play into the Ash Blossom with a Branded Fusion or not? In my case, I will not show a single play with a Branded Fusion while doing a grass looking green. Okay, I will show you when you do grass, what do you do without Branded Fusion. Okay, so I'm not going for Branded Fusion. We are going for a Branded in white. Okay, so you want to activate the Bestial Engrave. You want to Chain Link block it with the Shiren. Let's go. Shiren activates fusion summon with one of the Cartesia in our hand for a Grand Wignall. Okay, and in order to know what do you must send with the Grand Wignall, you have to visualize what do you want to do later, because it's very dependable. Okay, so what is our next step? Our next step is going to be a Branded Retribution, adding a Branded in white to go for an Albion play. Okay, we want to make an Albion play because we have a multiple copies of Albaz in the graveyard. We have Shard Dragon. We also have we don't actually have another Albaz in grave. That's a shame. We could actually send another copy of Albaz in grave to make our Albion play. Okay, pretty good. So in this instance, since we are going for Albion anyway, I'm going to send a Distant Branded Sword with the effect of the what is this effect for? It's the effect of the Grand Wignall. Okay, right. Where is the fucking extra deck, mate? What the heck is this? Where's the freaking extra? This is the effect of Saronir. I'm sorry. Send the Branded Sword, and there's still a Grand Wignall to send a I have a lot of options here, but I'm going for the Garura to draw an additional card. Let's go. Okay, we top deck into our Albaz anyway. So we have double Albaz, one shrouded in graveyard and one in our hand. What do now? What do? Since we access the second Albaz anyway, I'm going to send a Mercurial to trigger a search. Grab that Branded in white. Where's the Branded in white, mate? Okay, very good. We could actually just make an Albion with the Cartesia, but I'm leaving Cartesia just for the next turn if I want to. Let's can I actually access what is actually better, using Branded in white first or the Cartesia first? With the Cartesia first, we get to reborn what? Get to reborn nothing with the Quam. I want to reborn something with the Quem, mate. Okay, I think I will have to fusion summon with the Cartesia first. Okay? Or summon with the Branded in White, I guess. Why the Branded in White? Because Branded in White will give the Albaz Engrave before banishing it, then Albion will banish it later. So we don't lose in our Shadow Dragon, right? Activate. Send the Albaz from our hand, and the let's banish the Nibiru. Okay, very good. In the extra monster zone, of course. Very good. Now we can actually make some cool plays here with a could actually banish the Mercurier with an Albion to make a Rimbrum. That's a cool play, and we still have our plays here, but we don't have an access for a Bestial Rebellion. What a shame, mate. How could you do this in the best way? We could actually banish the Garura alongside the Albaz to make an Rimbrum, okay? And then the Quem reborns the Mercurier for a monster negate. Then you make your Anaconda play, or you can banish the Mercurier for the Rimbrum summon to trigger a search, okay? My case, maybe it's better to trigger a search with the Mercurier, thus I'm not activating the Quem because I will banish the Mercurier, right? Leave the Cartesia, fusion summon, get the Mercurier Engrave, mate, as we also banish the Shadow Dragon. The Shadow Dragon, which we will recover by the Branded Lost, okay? By the Branded Sword, okay? Leave the Quem for now, as we could actually recover the Mercurier instead, but I don't want to recover the Mercurier. Maybe it's for the better that we recover the Shadow Dragon, because we want an additional search with the kit, and at the same time we want to keep in the maxi in our hand, okay? But maybe it's for the better that if we just grab the Mercurier. I mean, it's a monster negate, bro. Yeah, it's a monster negate, so maybe it's for the good that we grab that Mercurier. Yep. And keep the Albaz Engrave. No, I just added the Mercurier because of extra disruption, but in this case I'm just going to return the Maxi. You know, Maxi, we're going to return it. Who cares about Maxi? We don't care about the Maxi. Special summon, activate, get a Branded in Red. We could actually make a Branded in Red play, because why not? Get a Branded in Red, turn. And now we could make a cool play. We can make an Anaconda with the Rimbrum and the Albion, right? Then you trigger the Quem, which we haven't triggered yet. We saved the Quem exactly for this, okay? Special summon onto the field, and now we make our Mirror Jade, okay? If you make the Mirror Jade, the Cartesia is on field. We could make a Dragostapelia. We could actually make a Dragostapelia here before we attempt to fusion summon, but I'm just going for a Mirror Jade here. Mirror Jade. And chain link the Cartesia as well to fusion summon. Let's fusion summon into our Dragostapelia. Fusion, and fusion with the Spring's Kit. Let's go. Dragostapelia is here, and now we have our non-target monster banish. And still have Branded in Red, still have Cartesia on field, still have I mean this is just nuts, bro. This is nuts. You could also I mean, well, why not? Like send a Titan Clap, negate with a Rimbrum, search for an Albas during the end phase. That's it, but I think that maybe I want to return the Quem to the hand because the space is going to be very tight, you know? So maybe just return the Quem to our hand maybe is a good play. I mean, we have the Grand Wignall in graveyard anyway to summon another Quem if we want to, so it's for the better if we just spin the Quem to clear up more space, because it's very risky when you just have one slot open. Okay, and now let's trigger our effects during the end phase. Just an Albion and like we could add the branded banishment, set the branded banishment I mean, and search for another Albaz. Let's go. And how many disruptions is this? This is huge. You have the Mirror Jade, keep non-target monster banished. You have the Rimbrum, which could negate an extra deck monster. Then I would spin my Mirror Jade to the extra to then summon it again with the effect of let's say a branded in red. So the Mirror Jade backed up by the Rimbrum is making up to 3 disruption. Okay, with the Dragostabelia, that's 4 disruption. You could make the branded in red for another form of disruption. That's 5. You have the branded banishment, which could fuse with either side of the field for another form of disruption. That's double disruption on the branded banishment if you want to count that. And the Cartesia can perform a fusion summon with the Fallen Albaz to make a Chaos Star Source Dragon. The Mercurial could negate a monster effect. That's up to 10 disruptions if I count that correctly. We also have the Grand Wignall trigger to summon a Quem. Let's say that this is up to 10 disruption, but in my opinion this goes even above 10 disruption, because if that Rimbrum gets in the graveyard, we now have an Albaz play, and so easy to get that Rimbrum in graveyard. We can get that Rimbrum in graveyard and trigger to make an Albaz play, fuse with the opponent's side of the field into another disruption possibly. So this is up to 10, 11, 12. It's depending how you're gonna to play this out. Okay, and this was the first showcase of Grass. Let's hop into another hand, another Mills, and another Abomination. And here is another hand with it's just a dead hand. It's just a Grass. What could a Grass accomplish? Let's see. Let's reveal our mills here, and we basically mill a holy moly. Let's visualize first what is our mills. Okay, we milled a Charon trigger to fusion summon. We milled the Bestius Harrenir to send a retribution, which we haven't accessed yet. We haven't milled a Cartesia. Thus, don't use the Chiron. If you use the Chiron to fusion summon, you are going for a Libelling Syrian Dragon, and Libelling Syrian Dragon is going to lock you into fusion summon for the rest of the turn. So if you don't have a Cartesia access in graveyard to go for Grand Wignall with the Chiron, don't activate Chiron. Okay, as we now just activate the Saronir to send a Branded Synchro trap to the graveyard. Let's go. Where is our Branded Synchro trap? We have the Retribution to send, but why would you send a Retribution from the deck to the graveyard when you have a Retribution in your hand and a Shadow Dragon in your graveyard? Okay, keep that in mind. Shadow Dragon is an extra body on the field, and you get to send the Retribution from your hand to the graveyard. Thus, we are sending a Branded in white. Okay, we could actually send a Branded in white. We could send a Branded in High Spirits. We want to get the Quem and make our shenanigans, but we already have Mercurial engrave. We can get Quem anyway. Okay, maybe I would have gone for Recovering Spirits with the Retribution to then use with the Effect Veiler to access the Quem and do my shenanigans with the Bestial, but since we have milled the Mercurier to banish with the pistol in our hand, we have access for Quem, thus we're making a branded in white, okay? You must send the branded in white with the effect of Saronir, and with the effect of the Shard Dragon, send the retribution from our hand to the graveyard, okay? Now we have access for, how many Albas do we have in grave? We have like, how many Albas? We have one, we have one Albas on field, one Albas in grave, we should be good. Get that branded in white first, very good. Now we banish with our Pistia. Banish the Courier, very good. And now we trigger to search, searching for a guiding Quem. Guiding Quem on summon. We are going to send a Cartesia. Yes, indeed, we haven't accessed Cartesia yet. Cartesia is fucking necessary. You want to access the Cartesia, thus we're sending a Cartesia to reborn with the Quem, but first we have to summon from the extra. What do we have in grave? We have a Bestial Lubellion. Bestial Lubellion, tribute over the Shard Dragon, very good. And from here, gets in our Branded Lost. But then, we still want to trigger a fusion summon from the extra to reborn with the Quem. Thus, we're making a use of Branded White right here, right now. Okay? So, what do you basically want to fuse into? Maybe you want to fuse into something that doesn't mine us from our hand, something that keeps the Albion in the extra to then be used later and keep the Lubellion as well. We don't want to commish that much with the Branded in White, thus I'm going for a Brimbrum with the Kit Engrave and the Shard Dragon special summon. And now we have our Cartesia play. Cartesia special summon, and the Branded Lost is going to be further searching. Very good. We can actually search another Fallen Albas to be a duo with the Cartesia on field. Okay? Very, very good. Now, we could actually secure our plays by making a Baron de Fleur. It's really up to you. You can make a Baron de Fleur, you can make a Despair, but in this duel, the fucking Branded Regain is in the graveyard. Okay? So, Despair is going to extend for you by summoning a Mercurier from the Banished, but then you're gonna have so much space issue. So, I'm just going for that Omni Negate with the Quem and the Bestial. We negate. Very good. With the Quem and the Bestial, we actually go for Baron de Fleur. We won't be negate, but now we can actually make a cool play. Pop the Rimbrum. Rimbrum activates. Where the heck is this? Rimbrum activates. Negate the Baron de Fleur and spend the Bestial Lubellion to be used right here, right now. Let's go. Okay, and we actually cleared a decent amount of space here. So, do we use the Saronir? We did. So, I'm grabbing a Magnuma. Very good. And honestly, maybe I want to go for the Albion with the Effect Veiler, because now we can make this better. We just wanted to secure our play first by making a Baron de Fleur, but now there is so much gas we can accomplish with this, right? Special summon onto the field first by banishing a... What do we want to banish to then trigger a game? Maybe you want to banish the Ecclesia to then special summon and get a Golden Sword Soul. Maybe that's the play. Let's go. Banish the Ecclesia. Very good. Activate. And now we actually want to fusion summon first before we attempt to synchro summon with the Cartesia. So we make our Albion, Albaz, and Effect Veiler. fusion summon in the extra monster zone into our what should we go into? Actually, we can make a sanctifier, possibly. Yep, I'm going to make that sanctifier. Still have Branded Red in her hand. So this hand was basically dead. I swear to God, this hand was dead. This Vader is now here, like, bro, there is a space issue in this line. This is our biggest issue. Biggest issue is the space. Like, the space is crazy. It's crazy good. We don't have space, literally. This Sanctifier is going to be dead. What do we have here? Actually, we have a lot of stuff. Like, we summon Ecclesia to, or summon even a kid to recover a branded spell or trap. Like, the regain. We can actually make some cool. It depends on how you want to play this out. Okay, it doesn't depend on the how much the play is good or not. It depends on what do you want. Do you want to keep the Branded Red in hand for next turn as a disruption, or summon the kit with Despair and get the Branded Regain from graveyard and return the Branded Red to the deck? Okay, you can do that, or you can reborn the Ecclesia from banishment to then go for a Golden Sword Soul. Okay, but in my case, I'm just going to reborn the Ecclesia because I want access for Golden Sword Soul. Okay, Golden Sword Soul is here. We don't have to get rid of the Despair since we don't have access for Branded Regain. So get the Anaconda. And before you attempt for the Anaconda, you want to make sure that you have at least one Branded Fusion in your deck, which is our case here. Let's fusion summon into our Branded Fusion. And could we use the Branded Red to make something good? I don't fucking know. Like, we make Dragostapelia off of this. We can actually make both Mirror Jet and Dragostapelia right now. I'm going to tell you how. You use the Branded Red, grabbing Albas from grave to fuse with the Brita Plant. You make a Mirror Jet, and with the effect of the Brita Plant Anaconda, sending a Branded Fusion to fusion summon, you could go into Dragostapelia. Well, no, you cannot go for a Dragostapelia directly with the Branded Fusion. Thus, it's not optimal. I'm sorry. It's just a quick thought. Just go for a Branded Fusion, send the Anaconda, send the Fallen Albas to the graveyard, and boy, what do we have here? You know, I'm not even going to bother counting the disruption because it's obviously up to +10 disruption. I don't know. Let's hop into another hand. Let's trigger our end phase first. I mean, I forgot about the fucking end phase, bro. Let's actually have. Holy moly, bro! What the? I almost passed on this, by the way. Get the Branded Banishment. We can set a Branded Banishment. Branded Banishment is going to be goofy as fuck because it's very disruptive, the Branded Banishment. But the Branded Banishment, you want to reborn with the Sanctifier, you want to make plays with the Branded Red, you're going to have a space issue, bro. So you want to clear out space, set your Branded Retribution. It's a special summon negate, follow up for next turn, return your Mirror Jade or your Rimbram after it's used its effect to then summon again, and you clear up one more space. So Branded Retribution is the way. We already have a Branded Red, so that's good. Add the Ecclesia, further adding back the let's just toggle off at this point, like, bro. Like, look at this, this is just insane. And now we could add any dragon monster we want to our hand, which I believe is going to be a Baldric. Baldric could disrupt the opponent's graveyard. Baldric could banish an extra deck monster your opponent controls by tributing another monster you control, which is going to clear more space for you to make more plays. Okay, so I'm going to add back the Baldric, and that's it. So if you know how many disruptions is this, you can type on the comments. And now let's hop into another hand. With this final and third hand, I just want to let you know that many of you would think that grass in Branded is similar to grass in Tier Limit, and heck no. Grass looking green in Tier Limit is just for the fools, because they trigger whenever they want. They don't even look into their mills, they trigger like crazy. Kid Callus, mill another cards, then fusion summon, then search, special summon. They don't even think, and yet they can end on a decent board despite them not thinking about the combo, you know. So in Branded it's different. In Branded it's similar to a mathematic equation. If you miss on one number in your equation, the whole equation will collapse. So you want to make sure when you do your grass, just wait 5-10 seconds, analyze your mills, see what you're missing on your graveyard, see how relevant your hand to the graveyard, how could they work together, and don't attempt to make any play unless you are sure about the play that is next or the play that is afterwards. Okay, you have to be 2 or 3 steps ahead. Let's go and let's make our mills. And what did we mill? We milled a Saronir to give us a Retribution, which is not in the graveyard. We also milled a Tyrman Shiren, which could work with the Tier Limit, with the Cartesia in graveyard, to make a Grand Wignall without even using the Cartesia to fusion summon. So we could fusion summon later, but now Saronir would send a Retribution, and the Shiren is going to perform a fusion summon. Fusion summon into Grand Wignall, return one of the 2 Cartesia to the deck, and let's fusion summon Grand Wignall, and we would send, with the effect of the Saronir, would send a Branded Retribution. And the question is, what do you need to add with the Retribution? Of course it's not a Branded Fusion, like you can do Branded Fusion, but I just don't recommend it, because when you do grass, you can do so much better without Branded Fusion. That's my opinion. And I just don't do Branded Fusion unless it's my only play. If Branded Fusion is the only play, I'll do Branded Fusion. But if I have other plays to play around Ash Blossom, I do it, even if I hard draw the Branded Fusion. So many times I have hard drawn the Branded Fusion, but not even attempting to use it. Just leave it in my hand for next turn and play without it. That's the way. Now we could actually use the Shard Dragon, sending a Branded in white to the graveyard, to then add it back. Let's go. And we do have Albaz in graveyard, so that's why we are fully committing on that Branded in white. If you don't have Branded in white in graveyard, I believe you should go for Branded Fusion. Yeah. But if you have the, I mean, like, you have so many things that you can actually play without even Albaz in grave. With these mills, you can do so much. Like, you have Golden Sword Soul, you have Quem, you have Cartesia in grave, you have Mercurial in grave. There's so much things that you can do with this. So let's actually send the Tier Limit to the graveyard to search for our Bestial Rebellion. Okay. And we actually mailed the Lost and the Regain to the graveyard, so when we don't actually have the Magnamot is in the graveyard, but who cares? We are getting a Drusur. Okay. Now, let's summon our Quem. Banishing that Mercurier. Very good. Trigger the Mercurier to search as we are triggering the Golden Sword Soul to reborn the Quem. Now we have Quem on field. Very well. Okay. And the Mercurier could search for a kit to set one of the branded continuous pillar traps, lost or regain, whatever we want actually. And what is the missing piece here? I believe we do want a branded sword. I don't know, maybe a branded sword should be good. Yep, I think that's the way. And now we can go into our Despair. Summon. Very good. And let's actually see what we can do from here, because things be a lot more complicated as long as you commit into your combo. Things become more complicated, and if you don't do it in time, you'll end up timing out in the opponent's turn because of the gas you have. So you have to be quick. I'm just slow a little bit because I have to explain everything for you, but otherwise I make this whole combo in like 30 seconds or 25 seconds. Let's go. I think I maybe want to banish a piece from the graveyard to reborn it again with the Bestial, which is probably going to be I don't know, maybe I want a tuner. I want a tuner, like, yeah, we want a tuner monster. Could we banish the Cartesia to then summon again? We could do that, right? We could actually do that, but I think I'm just going for the Golden Sword Soul from banish to use it again during the next turn. Okay. And we could actually wait, and we can go for a Battle on the Floor now to secure the other place, okay? Because we haven't even begun yet, okay? If we get Nibiru at this point, we don't care, okay? So maybe thinking this line plays as fuck into the Nibiru, bro, we don't care about Nibiru. Nibiru is not real. Yep, that's true. We could Bestial, banish from graveyard. What do we want to banish? Do you want to banish the Cartesia to grab it with the branded sword, or do we want to well, how about banishing the Aluber? Maybe this is the way, but what is Aluber going to search? We have most of the good branded spell traps in the deck, so I'm banishing that Aluber. Let's go. Yeah, I thought I have an Aluber in the freaking... Oh shit, we actually misplayed here. But it's not that big of a misplay, but I thought that we haven't used this ability yet, but we actually used this ability, but so it's okay. We're still good. That's fine. Still have plays. Still have so much plays. This even doesn't affect us one bit. It's just one small tiny misplay. And the Cartesia that we wanted to banish, we are going to banish right now. Let's go. And we could also grab a Mercurier, but we don't want to grab the Mercurier because we want to grab the Cartesia from banished. Okay, so we would make sure to banish the Cartesia. Very well. Very, very well. And from here, what could we fusion summon into? We could what are we fusion summoning into? This is a big question. Could we fusion summon into a Dragostapelia? Yeah, we could actually fusion summon into Dragostapelia. And are you thinking that we are taking the Grand Wignol for a fusion summon as Dragostapelia by banishing the Grand Wignol is a bad idea? Well, it's not a bad idea if you can recycle the Grand Wignol, which is the case here. Because we milled a Chaos Space. Chaos Space is able to recycle the Grand Wignol from banished. Okay. The Chaos Space. Grab the Grand Wignall, target it, return it back, draw a Branded High Spirit. Now we Bestial Rebellion. Over the Albion Branded Dragon, of course. Don't target for Albion, but still fine. Special summon. Okay, get the Branded Regained or the Branded Lost, but I'm just get the Branded Regained. We could return back the Branded. Do we actually return the Branded? Return the Branded Regained. Yeah, return the Branded Regained. Keep them on the hand, and now we have our Branded Regained on the field. Perfect. Could we actually furthermore extend? You either want to extend with the Cartesia, or just add the Mercurial for a monster negate. That's it. So if you get the Cartesia, well, let's just if you get the Cartesia, you actually have a Dragon Lord play in two different ways in the opponent's turn. But if you get a Mercurial, it's a monster negate against a Maxi at the start of your opponent's turn. So maybe getting the Mercurial is the better idea, because Maxi on the opponent's turn hurt us a lot, because we do tons of special summon during the opponent's turn. So I'm going to grab back the Mercurial. But you see, we planned out from the first of this turn to banish the Cartesia, to then grab the Cartesia, but eventually we haven't grabbed the Cartesia from banishment, you know. But why would you banish the Cartesia? Because you want it, and eventually you don't grab it, because you want to leave all the options open when you're doing your combo. You don't want to regret anything, so you have to follow your instinct. Okay. Now we haven't even commit into a normal summon yet, which is crazy. But I think here we could actually send a Rimbrum. Could send a Rimbrum to be ready with the Albas to fuse with the opponent's side of the field. Very good. And now we could pay 2000 life points, activate the Anaconda, fusion summon into our Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade is here. And how many disruptions is this? You count, because I don't count the disruptions. Okay, I make them. So that's it. You can count the disruptions, but let's first go to the end phase. Oh yeah, let's go to the end phase to have things more clear. You have the Albion sitting a Branded Banishment, and in the graveyard you have like you have Albaz, you have Rimbrum, you have Despair reborn with the Regain, you have Golden Sorcerer reborn with Quam, you have what else do you have? You have in the extra deck you have a Grand Wignall to summon again through the Cartesia, and if you're playing Desbian Lulu, the Grand Wignall could transform into another form of disruption. And that's how it works with grass in Branded Synchro, not standard Branded, because standard Branded is powerful, but it's so fucking boring, mate, and so fucking expected, and everyone is playing the same trash with Branded every time. And I feel like all people playing the standard Branded doesn't know shit actually about Branded. They know nothing. Okay, even if they are good with the build, they are good with the build they are playing, not with Branded itself. Okay, so give me any good Branded player, he is just good with one build. You change this one build, you add more text, more cards, more options, they will not be able to do shit, because they do not understand how to play Branded. They understand how to play the build that everyone's playing. Okay, and that's the difference between both of the variants. Okay, it's up to you though. The Synchro variant is much more complicated, but it's worth it. That's it for today, and thank you for watching, and let's meet into another video later. Goodbye.